Hi guys, and welcome back to the Alpha Tone channels. And today we have a different kind of video. Today I'm going to give you guys 5 tips of how to operate in the streets, or 5 tips you can use in the streets. Well, I know there are a lot more than 5. You're like a million tips, but today I'm going to share with you guys 5 tips that I use out there in the streets if necessary. Most of y'all will probably saying, who's this guy to give us, tips about in the streets? Well, I grew up in the streets. From as I was a little kid, roaming the street of Kingston, Jamaica, and all over Jamaica. I was a free boy. I could go anywhere, me and my friends, without getting in trouble with our parents. As soon as the morning lights and the clock go, we could go anywhere in Jamaica as long as we come back home before bed. That's how free we were. But we couldn't go to enemy territory. We could never go to enemy territory. So I have a lot of knowledge about the streets, and these 5 tips, they're not the end all be all, but they're good tips. You might never heard these situations before. You might never thought of it that way. And these are just 5 of my many tips. But the number 5 tip, the ultimate tip, if you guys stick around to the end of the video, you could get this. You know what? I think I should give you guys tip number 5 first, because I don't like to have you guys hanging around wait for number 5. I love you guys. Tip number 5, it's the ultimate tip. I mean, every other guy out there will give you guys information about how to operate in the streets. Tip number 5 should be the ultimate one, and should be, in all of us tips, which is you have to be willing to fight at the end of the day. After all the other tips I'm going to give you guys to avoid tip number 5, if none of those work, tip number 5 is a must. So now you see why it has to be on every guy's list. You have to be willing to fight if it comes down to it. So that's tip number 5. It was supposed to be at the end of the video. I love you guys. I mentioned it. Why not give it to you guys right away? So that's the first tip. You got to be willing to fight. I can't even explain. I don't know what to tell you or how to fight. You just got to be willing to fight. But you might run into that one guy where you just have to be fight. I'm going to be honest with you. This is the streets. So that's the first tip. Tip number 1, tonality. I know y'all be saying, what? Tonality? Yeah, tonality is important out there. And I'm not talking about when you're at work or at school or none of that. Today we're talking about in the streets in dangerous situations. And you might be saying, oh, tonality, dangerous situation. What is that gonna do with anything? Well, check this out. Let's say you open your eyes and you're in a terrible neighborhood, right? And this stranger walk up to you, and this is his tone. Yo, who are you? Where are you from? Why are you here? That's his tonality. Check your tonality. Oh, I'm not from here. I'm from Queens. Your tonality is different from his. That makes you look like a coward right there. You have to match his tonality. Let's say he approached you with a different tonality. Let's say he approached you like this. Yo, who are you? Where you from? What you doing around here? And your tonality is like this. I'm from Queens. I'm not from... See? Even though you use a soft tonality now, makes you look like a coward still. But if you had matches and said, yo, I'm from Queens, bro. What's good? You see, that's different. You match his tonality. To the first one, when he was like, yo, who are you? Where you from? You from around here? Your response is like, nah, bro, I'm not from around here. I'm from Queens. What's happening? Your tonality matches his. So in situations like that, if you never noticed before, match the other person's tonality. Let's say he has a gun. Let's take it to even more extreme. Let's say he has a gun, and he puts the gun at you and says, hey, don't move. Give me all your money. What is your name? Give me your wallet. You know what I mean? He's talking to you soft. Your reaction should be the same as the man with the gun. If you start freaking out and, oh my God, take my money, he might shoot you. I know guys who they're dead right now. They will shoot guys if they do that. Let's say he come with a gun and say, yo, don't move. And he comes with a low tonality. And then you like, oh my God, I'm sorry. With a soft tonality, you look like a pussy. You come with a low tonality at you. Hey, don't move. And you're like, yo, bro, what do you mean? Put the gun down. You notice what I'm doing when I'm saying put the gun down? It's like I'm looking off and cops coming. I'm trying to protect him also. With the same tonality as him. Yo, bro, put the gun down, man. What's wrong with you? Tonality is important. You match the person's tonality, it works. That's just a tip. It works for me. You guys should try it sometime. It will work, definitely. So that's number one. Number two, posture. Posture is important, man. Sometimes you just walking with that posture and you just upright and you just look like your defense is up. It's like people see you and the first instinct is like, okay, this guy looks confident. Chances are he's not a pussy. You know, you just look like, he's up. He's like, he's ready for whatever. So your posture sometimes is like your first line of defense out there in the streets. You just walk in big and tall. You take up space. You know what I mean? So posture, there's not much to say about it because posture is posture, but you just out there, you hold good posture. I'm telling you, it helps. So that's one of the other tips out there. Maintain that uprightness. Works like magic, boy, I'm telling you. And number three, I don't know how to put, I would say ignore the first diss, I would have called it number three. And it'll be like, whoa, ignore the first diss. So someone should diss me, I should just take it. Not really say diss and take. Sometimes people say stuff and they don't mean it. You know what I mean? So as a way to protect certain arguments from happening, you kind of like ignore the first diss. Or if you're gonna react to it, mimic it. If they say fuck you too.
Good morning, my neighbors! Hey, fuck you! Yes! Yes! Fuck you too!
You don't add anything to it, you don't take anything off of it. Or you can ignore it. You know what I mean? Because some people, they might say something harsh, they don't realize it. And you, like this tragedy, this tip, you can like ask them, what do you say? Act like you didn't hear it or let them say it again. Or if they say it again, you check the tonality and see if it matches what they're saying. So you can know if it's a joke. So you see how tonality comes back into play. You can see if that's a joke. And your answer will be in the same tonality as them. So if they say fuck you, you say fuck you in the same tonality. You don't add anything. Because if you say fuck you, motherfucker, that's worse than fuck you. Or if you say hell with you, that's worse. Because you say something less than fuck you. So you have to say the same. If you're going to react to this, say the same exact this. That way you don't escalate it. You leave it on the same playing field. It's like you're not trying to escalate it, but you have to say the same thing back. Because remember, protection is the first thing out there. And then you cannot be a punk. I'm trying to get you ways to get around certain situation. Fuck you too. Or, what do you say? Or you ignore the first diss. You know what I mean? We're trying to avoid a situation around here while holding our ground at the same time. And on number 4, the eye contact. I'm not talking about you in an interview, or you at work, or you at school, Are you talking with your friends? Are you holding eye contact? Are you talking to a girl? None of that. I'm talking about you open your eyes and you're in a terrible neighborhood again. Eye contact. Now, let's say you see a group of guys and you pass in. You don't make eye contact with the whole crew. When you pass in, the closest guy to the curb or the closest guy to you pass in, that's who you make eye contact with. And the eye contact you make with this guy, this is how it's gonna go. Or with any other guy in any situation where you don't want to look like a punk or look like you're scared. This is the eye contact. You're looking at him, you walk in, right? Then you make eye contact with him. When you make the eye contact, you look down. When you look back up, you look down, it's like you're nodding your head. When you look back up, you're not supposed to be in eye contact with him no more. Let me go it over. You walk in, you see him, you get close, you see the crew, you see him, the closest one, you look at him, eye contact, you look down like you're nodding your head, and then when your head come back up, you're not making any more eye contact. That's a powerful thing. Imagine someone make eye contact with you, then they do like this. Like they're saying, all right, and when they lift up there, they're not looking at you. It does something to you. I don't know about you, but it's a powerful thing. Just notice it. Someone look at you, eye contact, and then they don't look back at you at all. It sends a signal like, yo, I'm with whatever. And it's like you're not looking for confirmation either. That's the thing. After you make that eye contact, the acknowledgement, you're not even looking for confirmation. You already show you know what I mean? Yeah, and then you pass the crew. You don't even care if you do it. You already make eye contact. You see you do that nod and everything, and you pass. That's it. You walking past somebody or block, you feel scared, you make that eye contact, you do that, you lift up back here, you're not making any more eye contact with them. But to them now, you made eye contact with them, you acknowledge them, but then you like going about your ways. You don't even care. You ain't even looking at them no more. They're probably like, I didn't even get to do it back. What? And it just feel, yeah, and then you just go. And they know that it's like that sends a signal like, yo, this guy is not a punk. And it sends a signal like you're not staring. Because if you stare, it's like if you make the eye contact and you like this and you lift back here, then you still making eye contact and everything to get confirmation. He gives you back the nod and you still making eye contact. It's like you're staring now. I'm trying to avoid staring. You don't want to stare at people when you're out there. But when like I said, I'm not talking about work, school, interview with your friends, socializing. I'm talking about you end up in a situation, you're passing a certain crew, and you don't want to be awkward with the crew or acting like, you know what I mean, coward, not looking or making any eye contact. If you do make eye contact, you look, nod, up back, not making eye contact, you bounce. It's very simple. All right, guys, thanks for watching this video. Hopefully you guys like this video. Now, maybe I give you guys a few more videos on tips in the street. You know what? Let's give you guys a bonus tip. If a car pulls up in front of you, the driver comes out, make sure you see the hands. Make sure the hands are good. Always make eye contact with the hands. Someone's behind you, you look behind you, check the hands. Always make sure the hands are good. I don't know, whenever a car pulls up and the door opens and someone comes out, I'm not even worried about the face. I want to see the hands. When I see the hands, then I can see the face. So that's another thing. Thanks for watching this video, guys. And now I'll see you in the next one. Peace.